I was sharing yesterday about darkness and like the light and the darkness and good and evil, right? And how hell is a place and some people have to go there, right? And so I gave it more thought, right? And I wanted to bring in more clarification on that one. The reason being because prior to me having my awakening, I was very naive because I was very much in a false light where I was just accepting of everyone and everything and of circumstances and just carrying weight that didn't belong to me or responsibilities that weren't mine and belief systems that didn't work for me. And I was just creating my own hell. I was um, aiding those who were trying to create hell on earth for me. I was aiding them by um, following their false belief systems and following their false systems and just not having a backbone. That's the way I could put it. Not having a backbone, right? And not living in my truth. One of the things that has helped me come out of all the things that I was in and that people put me in was, and that I put myself in, was being authentic and owning up to what was mine to carry and what wasn't mine to carry, like letting that go and having that balance and having the courage to do that as well, right? And so going back to what I was trying to say, because I always come up here and I'm trying to speak about something and then I go off another whole topic, right? The topic was about hell and heaven, right? And yesterday I was talking about how it's a mind, it's a state of mind, right? And like if we look at our chakras, right, the lower ones, like our lower selves would be like when we operate through those is hell, and then the upper ones would be heaven, right? So we choose our own heaven and we choose our own hell based on how we choose to operate, what frequency we choose to operate under, right? And so this is how I know that there's evil in this world, right? And how I was able to see it clearly because I was so naive before that I thought that hell was a place outside of here, that it was something that we experience when we pass away, right? And that it was something that we work towards to getting to, right? And so then I realized that evil is real and that evil exists here and that the devil is real and that the devil exists. And I didn't have to see, a guy with the horns, all in red or with the flames, or a woman all in red with the flames. No, I saw people who were closest to me do diabolical, wicked things. I saw, and I'm not a saint, I just want to make that very clear, but I am a very caring, loving, kind, nurturing human being. And my intentions are pure. And so when I tell you that for me to like let go of someone, especially when it comes to family or someone who I'm in love with per se, for me to let those people go, you have to really like, at least back then, you had to done too much, right? And so it was too much. It was too much. It was decades of abuse, of witchcraft, of dark magic, of betrayal, of abandonment, of hatred, to the point of where when I actually saw evil was the moment I saw that people had to go to lengths as to hiring people to come into my life to hurt me, organizing plots and schemes to affect me physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, right? And when I saw that people got off, like they really like got happy or enjoyed seeing me suffering. And at that moment, when I saw that, I was able to realize that I don't need to see the devil in person. And I don't need to go to hell to experience hell. I was already living it because the people closest to me were the ones who were consumed by these spirits, who were consumed by practicing diabolicalness, right? And that I didn't have to go and pass away somewhere to experience that because I was already living it. And that I had chosen to stay there way past my time. And that I no longer fit in that scenario because I wasn't operating in those realms anymore. And even if I was at that time, I wasn't operating to the extent of these wicked people, right? And so at that moment, I chose to detach from the programming. Why? Because the programming would say, honor your mother and your father, and your days would be long. You know, family is thicker than blood, or blood is thicker than water. I don't know, whichever way the saying goes, whatever, right? And it doesn't matter. It didn't matter to me because I knew who I had been to these people. I had been a loving, caring, nurturing, giving, sacrificial individual. I loved them, right? And so, because I knew that I had given all that I had, there wasn't any more for me to give because what was rest was to give my life. That wasn't an option. My soul's not up for sale. And so I had to retrain my mind, retrain my body and spirit, and rebuild myself. And I wasn't rebuilding myself to anything that I known before because everything that I was before was something that was easily persuaded into abandoning herself. And I was no longer willing to do that because everything that I've ever wanted and I ever needed was not given to me. So I had to learn how to be all of that for myself. I had to learn how to be a mother. I had to learn how to be a father. I had to learn how to be a brother, a sister to my own self. And it was the best decision that I've ever made because I'm in harmony with myself today. I am grateful for who I am today. I owe no one anything. And I could walk with my head high and understand that some things are just not worth me losing myself for. You know, that choosing myself was the best decision that I've ever made, and that living in my truth, living in my authenticity will always be the best reward. So, you know, some people seek for material value, for fame, fortune, people to applaud them or to coincide with them. I choose peace within. I choose love within. I choose reciprocation, equal give and take, harmony. I choose that because that's what I've learned to give to myself. And nobody gave it to me. I had to learn to give it to myself. And so I've gone through a lot, and a lot of us have gone through so many things, right? And we don't realize that most of the time, about 90% of the time, is the people that we have around us and the programming that we choose to engage.